Hello and welcome back. Last time I didn't do so well as far as DMing goes. This style of dungeon is new to me and I'm still learning and also still getting more confident. I did make some schoolboy errors when it came to basic dice rolls and things, and one of the main ones was dealing with the hit rolls of the enemies. A major mistake I made was that the Watch Lieutenant was a level 3 fighter and I treated him like a level 3 monster. And as I've pointed out before, the hit roll chart for monsters escalates differently than for humans or for your party. That aside, everything I need really is given in the manual. They use the THACO system. This is from 1991, the Eye of Traldar, and my manuals are from 1983. Somewhere, if somebody knows, there was a transition between these hit roll charts and the THACO system. The THACO system gets a bad rap. I think it's undeserved. It's not that complicated. When you have any system like this, it's going to involve the player's fighting skill, the defender's armor class, and the random dice roll. And you have to combine those three in some way. I can understand that the THACO system is unintuitive. That as your armor class gets better, the numbers get lower, and you have to sometimes either do an addition or a subtraction. But once you get it under your belt, it's really not that complicated. I know it from playing second edition computer games like the Baldur's Gate series. Right, I'm going to start to get used to it. It does crop up more often in the later adventures and modules. But that aside, I'll make sure there's fewer errors this time, bit more explanation. I didn't do too well with trying to get involved in the scenario. We were disguised as soldiers, and we were speaking to soldiers, and we didn't ever do a reaction roll in case they might have just been friendly to us. It wouldn't have made any difference, because inevitably we were there to kill them. We weren't there to negotiate, barter, con them. They were there to be put to the sword, though it might have added an extra bit of flavour to the thing. Right, now moving on. Last time we left off, we have Ben, Donard, Alexei, Tybor and Liz have come out of the watch house after securing the seal to get us into here. Now this is the guardhouse where they've been watching downstairs for what was the prisoner revolt or the prisoner escape. Now it says constantly in this module that everybody here is reasonably cowardly. Now even the most cowardly people do look out for themselves. So for example, animals will constantly keep watch. You can't be that into self-preservation if you only look inward. You have to investigate where trouble is coming from. And eventually the guys in here decide that they better find out what's going on, even for their own safety. So they file out of here, just as our team file out of here. And that is what we're going to be dealing with next. Remember, we still have Sylvia, Maridin, who have bows. We have also got Imran and Thaddeus in the gatehouse, and Malin, who is downstairs in the gatehouse. And here we are. And this area here represents this area here. This is the door here that our party have come out of. This is the alleyway and the courtyard area here. There's 12 enemies and there's 10 of us. It's going to take some time for Imran and Thaddeus to get to there. Malin will be able to cast a sleep spell, fingers crossed. And Sylvia and Maridin are on bows and crossbows. Let's roll for surprise. And they surprise us. That's not good. Let's do a reaction roll. And the reaction roll is low. It's a 5, possibly attack. Roll again. Okay, so they've seen us. They're taken off guard for a second because they think, well, we're one of them. We're dressed like them. But something is clearly wrong. They've heard some fighting. And that's an 8. Attack. Right. Didn't last long. They run in for the attack. The orcs here, who are over orcs, I'm going to have them unranged. do they all run in first? I mean, they're not naturally that brave. I suppose they've got nothing to do but run in. Right, and these guys run forward. So we're going to have 2 on Alexei and 2 on Ben, and these 2 are going to loiter back, wondering what the hell's going on. Let's see how this goes. Let's do the 6 orcs. Round 1. That's a miss. That's a hit. And that orc does 6 damage to Ben. Holy shit. Whoops. And that is a hit. And that's a further 5 damage. Right, the other 3 archers are on Alexei. That's a miss. That's a miss. And that's a miss. Oh, they miss Alexei. Right. Let's do one of the fighters. And that's a miss. And the other fighter. And that's a miss. So Ben has survived this round. And that's 3 points off Alexei. And another 1 point off him. He's down to 10. Our turn. We do missile first. So let's do Liz on the orcs. The orcs have really low HP. And she hits and takes out one of them. That's orc 1 gone. Let's, on the battlements from the south, let's have Sylvia and Maridin. Take out. That's a miss from Sylvia. And that's a hit from Maridin. And he takes out that orc there. Right now, Malin has a sleep spell. It's a bit too early for him to cast it. He has to get from there, from inside the gatehouse to there, to get any kind of line of sight. Now Donard is going to move to there and take on this one. That's attacking Ben. And he hits, and he takes that one out. Then Tybor's turn is going to take on this one. And he, 11 plus 3 is 14, AC 5. Yes, they have AC 6. 3 damage plus 3 bonus is 6. He does take that one out. Right. It's Tybor's turn. And he's going to move up. Take this one that's on Alexei. No, sorry, Tybor went. It's Alexei's turn. And he's going to take on the one that's on himself. And he misses. Right, we also have 2 guys called Thaddeus and Imran. These are our 2 new people. Next turn, they will make it up. So they won't be able to make it for this turn. Ben's go, and he's going to back off. Let's roll for initiative. And we get initiative. Good. Right. Liz, she's going to go for another orc. 8 plus 2 is 10, and she misses. Then we're going to go for Maridin and Sylvia on the battlements. And that's Maridin, and he goes for orc number 5. That's gone. Sylvia is on this one. And she misses. Right. Then it's our turn to attack. Donard is going to come up to here and attack that one. and 15 plus 1 is 16. Hits. 4 plus 1 is 5. Soldier number 3. Okay, that guy is not dead. He has 3 hit points left. Then we're going to go for a Tybor on this one. And, yeah, that one is no more. And then Alexei is going to go on for this one here. And 10 plus 2 is 12. AC 7 misses. Right, there go. Right, these two move up. This one here, number 3, is on Donard. And he misses. Oh, sorry, missile first. Okay, that was that orc on Donard. Misses. This orc on Alexei. Misses. And this orc on Tybor. Misses. Do you know, I've got a feeling that the orange dice aren't as lucky as the green dice. Right. So it's their melee turn, and we have this one on Donard. Misses. This one on Donard. Hits for 2 points of damage. And this one on Alexei. Misses. Right, round 3. We get initiative again. This is Thaddeus and Imran. Let's do missiles. Liz is going to help Donard. Just shoot the one in front of her. And she hits. He is number 3. And he's down to 1 HP. Okay. Then we have Sylvia and Maradin, who are on the battlements here. Let's have Maradin on this one. And that's a miss. Let's have Sylvia on this one. And she hits, and she takes out orc number 3. Right, it's our melee turn. We'll do these two guys first, the newcomers. They both get a +1 hit and damage. Thaddeus, 14 plus 1 is 15, hits. 2 plus 1 is 3, he's dead. Imran on orc number 2, misses. Alright. Tybor on this one. Hits. And I love it when this big guy gets an 8. You know, I really hate to see what's left behind. You know. And then we have Alexei, who's on the one beside him, and that's a miss. Right. So their turn. Right, this orc has to turn and fight. He's on archery duty. In his turn, he's going to have to put his bow away and take out his sword. That's his turn. So let's do this guy on Donard. Complete miss. And let's do this guy on Alexei. And that is a miss. Right. I should have done a reaction roll for them, because at this state their numbers are dwindled. Let's see what they do. Well, apparently they fight on. As I said, they seem to have quite high morals, despite the description in the text. So let's roll for the next round. And they get it. Right, this orc will have taken out his sword. And he misses Imran. We've got one here on Alexei. And that's a miss. And we've got one here on Donard. And that's a miss. This is our go. We've got missiles. I think this guy here is too surrounded to be shot. Don't think there's a clear line of sight. we're just going to do Liz on this one in front of her for a missile, and she hits, and that was the toughest of the guards, and he's gone. Right, we're all on melee. We'll do Donard with his Warhammer, that misses. Then we'll do Dybor. 7 plus 3 is 10. He misses. And then Alexei, he can go round the back. And 11 plus 2 is 13. AC 6, that hits. 2 plus 2 is 4. Oh, he's still alive. Right. Imran on this orc hits, does 2 damage. And that's enough to take out that orc. The orcs are not very robust in this game. And well, Thaddeus has nothing to do, but he can probably do 4 squares. Each square is 5 feet. Right. Round. Probably round 5. And it's mutual. We'll do the enemy first. On Donard. And he misses. We'll do Donard. Liz doesn't have line of sight anymore. And that's a miss. And then he's got 3 big fighters around him. Tybor. Misses. Gah. Alexei. Hits. Good hit. Not much damage. That, I think, is what you might call like a poke in the eye, maybe. That's enough to kill him. This fight is over. Right. That was unexpected. Ben has done badly. He's got 1 hit points. He gave his crossbow to Maradin, therefore he could not participate in the fight if he is not using melee. We have a Staff of Curing, and we have the Cure Light Wounds spell. Let's use them. Let's use Donard's spell, and that's 3 points. Okay. And then let's use his charge of the Staff of Curing, and that's another 4 points. Not bad. Donard's on 11, Alexei is on 10, he could be on 15. I'm going to use his charge of the Staff of Curing. Whoops. And it did 3, so he's on 13. We're going to have to hightail it back to the gatehouse and work out what we're going to do next. But anyway, I'll take a quick break, see what happens next. Right, the battle in this area is over. And we survived it pretty well. Some people got beaten up. And our target is to get into here. But first we're going to go to this armory. And we're going to use the key that we found on the lieutenant here to unlock it. Go in and take everything we need. What we need really are ranged weapons and ammo. So Tybor takes a longbow, Maradin, Thaddeus and Imran take crossbows, and there is more than enough bolts and arrows to go around. Tybor, Liz and Sylvia take 30 arrows each, and Maradin, Thaddeus, Imran, Ben and Alexei take 20 crossbow bolts each. Then we pile back to the gatehouse here as we plan our next move to get the Eye of Traldar from the central keep. And that is where we will leave it. We'll raid this place next session.